Hey booktube, I'm the Book Mage, welcome back to my channel and to my accountability video. If you have been around on my channel for any length of time, you probably know that I do quite a few unfortunately large book hauls. It's no secret that I buy a lot of books. It's also no secret that over the past couple years, I've kind of been in a little bit of a reading slump, which I'm hopefully now getting over. But it does mean that I've definitely been buying more books than I've been reading. And I mean, what's new? That's just how I work as a reader and I'm okay with it. However, it did get me thinking, and I'm by no means the first person to do this. I'm pretty sure this is probably not an uncommon video across booktube. However, I thought it might be interesting to go back and look at my very first ever book haul and see the books that I was buying back in, it must have been 2018/2019, and it will be interesting to see I guess how many of those books I have read, because I know there are definitely some books that are on my shelf that I've had for a while that I still have not picked up. So basically this video is going to be maybe one part accountability and one part potential embarrassment. I suppose it depends on how many I've read. So I don't typically go back and watch many of my videos. The only videos of mine that I really rewatch tend to be vlogs if I've gone out and done something. But otherwise I don't need to be rewatching my own book hauls. So it's been quite a while since I've seen this video. From the thumbnail though, it looks like I'm hauling a lot, which honestly nothing's changed. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my headphones, I'm going to watch through this video, and I kind of maybe want to have read more than half of the ones that I'm hauling, especially because this was posted like 3 years ago. So you would hope that I would have read most of the books in this haul. And maybe potentially if there's anything there that I have not read, might have to prioritise that. Do you think I'm going to succeed, or do you think my ratio is going to be really bad? Ugh, speaking of things that are really bad though, for some reason I'm wearing an atrocious wig in this video. Okay, so I'm kind of nervous. I have my cute Elphia headphones on, video is ready, and fingers crossed I don't embarrass myself too much. Okay, so apparently this haul has 21 books in it, which, because that's an odd number, that means I can't even break even, so leave your predictions for me in the comments now, how many out of these 21 books do you think I'm going to have actually read? So the first two books that I hauled were Tower of Dawn and Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. Okay, so the first two books are the last two books in the Throne of Glass series. I read those. This was right back at the end of the era where I would buy a book and then just read that book. We are so far past that era. Okay, I'm gonna keep a little scoreboard here. I'm 2-0 at the moment. I'm doing so well. The next books in my haul, and they are the entire Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne. All things come at you fast. Okay. So I have not read any of these books. You know, I do mean to. I keep thinking about them. I think it's just because they're very chunky. This means I'm now 2-4. This is a harrowing development. Okay. I was not expecting this plot twist. Yeah, all 4 books of the series I have not read. I do keep meaning to start it. I just think it's because it's not a massively high priority for me. I don't know why. I think I will like it, but that's really annoying. That could be really dangerous. Honestly, if I haul any more completed series and I haven't read them, because fantasy series get long, I feel like I'm in the danger zone now. The next book that I hauled is The Curse of Chalion by Lois McMaster Bujold. I read this book. I read this book so good. I loved this book. This is a 5-star book. I did not realise I hauled this book in my first ever book haul, but The Curse of Chalion is one of my favourite fantasy books of all time. I can't even tell you why, I just love it. And I love it even more that it's helping me even the score now, so I think I'm on 3-4 now. Okay. Next in my little book haul is The Stolen Throne and The Calling by David Gader. Okay, so I'm not technically sure how to rate these because these are hardcover books of books that I already owned. I don't know whether to count these because one of them I had read at the time that I was hauling this edition anyway, although I did just read The Calling finally at the start of this year. I feel on that basis, because I'm still reading this series, I am going to count these, and it's not just because they give me 2 extra points. The next book that I picked up for myself was The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Confession time, I have still not read The Name of the Wind. I think this is one of my friend's favourite fantasy books as well, and she's definitely nagged me to read this. I will read it. I will. I think I'm just kind of put off by the fact that later books in the series are still not out yet. There's only 2 books and a novella in this series. So it's gonna get to the point where even if I catch up completely, I'm still going to be waiting years for the continuation, and I think that's what's putting me off. At least that's my excuse. The next book that I have here is The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynn. Honestly, kind of similar to The Name of the Wind because the Gentleman Bastard series is not completed yet. However, I have read The Lies of Loch Lamora and I have read read the second book. This is also like one of my favourite fantasy series of all time. I just think it's fantastically well written, and I wish there were more books out so that I could like binge this series like faster than I'm reading it currently. But that means that is another book in this haul that I have read. I feel like I'm doing really well.
The next books I hauled this month were the whole Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo.
I'm so pleased with myself. So I have read the whole Grisha trilogy and also Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I'm pretty sure I actually have a vlog up where I read this series. That could have been dangerous though, because it seems like I am hauling like completed series in this. I'm pretty sure like I've lost count, but I'm pretty sure I've got a healthy score going on, but at the same time this could definitely turn around easily.
Next in my rather extensive book haul is the Six of Crows duology.
What did I just say? Didn't realise I hauled these at the same time. But yes, I have read the entire Six of Crows duology. I say entire like it isn't just 2 books. Okay, I'm feeling less guilty about this now. If this had all been like books that I hadn't read, I would feel so bad.
The next book that I hauled was The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice.
Okay, this one is slightly complicated because the edition that I've hauled is like a bind-up of 3 books. And they were books that I already owned. So I think I've already established with Dragon Age that I am going to count books even if I'm hauling books that I already own. And the thing with these ones is I have read Interview with the Vampire. It is my favourite book. I just still have not continued with the series. I think I have to count this as like 3 books because I'm not splitting this into decimals. We're not doing that. So I think this has to count as like 1 book that I have read and 2 books that I haven't, which is not the best ratio.
The next books on my list I sort of purchased together, and those are The Language Construction Kit by Mark Rosenfelder and The Art of Language Invention by David J. Peterson.
Non-fiction. Non-fiction is my downfall. Okay, so I have not read The Language Construction Kit, and I also have not read The Art of Language Invention. I mean, I should have. Yeah, I bought these to work on my conlang. I may not have really been working on the conlang. I mean, I will read these. I definitely will read these, but the issue with them being like non-fiction is like I'm never going to pick them up until I get to the point where I actually want them for like I'm not going to read them before I actually like need the information inside them. So these being read is entirely dependent on my writing process. Okay, I don't remember like I'm gonna have to like tally the score at the end because I've completely forgotten, but I feel like the last few books have not been doing me very good, so slightly worried.
The penultimate book of this haul is The Binding by Bridget Cullen.
Okay, lucky me. Yeah, again, I completely forgot that this book would have been in my first ever haul. I have read The Binding. Again, this is another one where I'm pretty sure I have a vlog up for it. I feel like maybe I was just like vlogging everything at that point in time on BookTube. But yep, I have read it, and that means that is another point for me. Okay, that means the next book must then be the last book.
The last and final book that I hauled was The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon.
I have read this book. I have read this book. I loved this book. And good timing actually, because we're getting a prequel to this book like at the end of this month, and I'm so excited for it. Yeah, so Priory of the Orange Tree I think turned out to be like one of my favourite books from the year that I read it. And even better, it's going on my school board. Okay, so I just went back and counted up my tally, and I'm pretty sure, unless I'm real dumb at maths, which might be true, I actually read 14 of the 21 books in this haul, which is actually 2/3, way better than half. I mean, could this have been better? Yes. Am I still pleased about it? Yes. I think this definitely still highlights that like there are still some books on my TBR that I have had for a long time that I have not got to, that like maybe I need to prioritise getting to at some point. But I am still really pleased that it's only about 1/3. That whole series right at the start, like that's more than half of the books that I didn't read. So I don't feel too bad about that, although I think I do need to start that series at some point. But either way, this turned out way better than I thought it would. I definitely thought like with my reading habits that this could have gone way worse. So with that said, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and please don't go back and watch that old video because like it's bad. Stick to my new hauls because they're all like an hour long. Good thing about that is it means that I will never revisit them. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, which is like I guess a bit of a deviation from the norm. If you do like fantasy and very big book hauls, then do check out the rest of my channel. Leave me a little black heart to let me know that you got this far in the video, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!